Alright, so I haven't made a video in quite a while on the 3D channel, so I wanted to quickly I don't know, just record some shit, bro. I don't know, really. I just decided to model a random sword I saw on Pinterest. And I figured I'd just share the sculpting process of it because it's been like 2 years since I've actually used a mic in a video, not counting streaming. So we're gonna see how it goes. This will be unedited for the most part. I'm sure I'll edit a little bit of it. We'll see. Just like some of the boring parts and shit. But yeah, this is just going to be the process of me sculpting this from start to finish. The brushes I use, the techniques I use to get it ready for sculpting and all that. But it's just a quick breakdown. It's a very simple shape. I'll quickly go to wireframe and get rid of that. So, you know what? Actually, it'd be better to show this in Blender real quick. So, just real quick, this is the shape we have. It's quickly modeled just using plain, just regular poly modeling, extruding, filling. Just messing with topology a little bit. There's obviously things that we don't need here, like shapes like this. But I figured just for the sake of, I'm just going to be sculpting it. I'm going to end up not using this topology anyway. I just need the shape. So if you were to smooth shade all of this, that's what I need. I don't need all of this yet because I'm going to end up retopologizing at some point anyway. So I just made a quick little shape for this. And yeah, I just used a torus right here. Extruded it. Used the loop tools. Just to edit the shape a little bit. And yeah, it was just a quick shape. Quick shape right here. And we can show the lighting real fast if you want to really see how it looks. Alright, now for the sculpt. I'm going to turn polyfill off. I'm going to reset it to how I like it though. Alright, we're going to turn that off. Alright, so first of all, we can't sculpt with a stupid little shape like this. You know, the most we can do with this is just move shapes around. So that's what I'm going to do first before I actually sculpt it, just in case there's things I ended up missing on the actual modeling process. And there's something right here I want to edit already. So we're just going to go ahead and mess around with the shape a little bit. I really want to make this look a little more organic. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on actually. And just... So what I'm going to do. We're going to do this and just make sure that shape looks really nice and organic. Kind of like it was actual metal and it got forged into this. And that should be pretty close to fine for now. Just something more organic looking. Alright. Yeah, that looks way better. I'm gonna delete that real quick. And when I just did that just there was I just subdivided it, edited the shape, and then I just went to the lowest subdivision and deleted the highest just because I didn't need it. Alright, and for here, yeah, there's a little bit of things I want to edit right here. Just to exaggerate these shapes a little better. We'll see how that looks. We're going to utilize the layers feature real fast, just so that we can really see the changes that I make. So we're going to mask. We're going to mask right here a little bit and just mask a little bit too much. Alright, this is what we'll do again. Move this down a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll undo. We'll turn off recording. I just want to see how this ends up looking. So we got a little thumbnail right there. I can really see this being pushed out a little bit further down. But I want to see... how this looks from here. I don't know if I like it yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one specifically. And we'll create a new one. just to mess with the shape a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and use my mouse, my pen now. All right. I just really want to capture that stylized look where we have exaggerated shapes, so that it's very clear on what we're looking at. Maybe we put that down further down a little bit, make it a little sharper. It's not bad. Actually, I think it's a little too sharp, so I'm gonna go ahead and move that up a little bit. That's not bad. Usable. I'll keep that, I think. Run on and off. Yeah, that's way better. We're gonna go ahead and bake that in. I'm really happy with how this looks here. I'm sure I can touch up a little bit of it. So that's what we'll quickly do. Real fast, we're gonna group split this, just so that we have these separate poly groups. Actually, we're not gonna do that just yet, because I want to be able to just edit these shapes a little bit. We're not in that stage of the process yet. But what I will do is I'll go ahead and mask that out. So that's alright, you know what? Yeah. This is what we'll do. Just due to the fact that I want to see this in real, like just a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead, fill this object, remove the mask. Actually, we need a little darker. We need a little bit darker, a little bit more. There we go. I'll turn the mask off. That's too dark. All right, let's move that up a little bit, just a little bit right there, maybe. You know what? We should be fine. I'm not happy with that actually, bro. I'm not happy with that. So we're gonna make it. Alright, that means we gotta be a little brighter. That should be fun. Yeah. That's better. This is just to showcase like just how are these shapes looking in relation to each other? Like right here, how is this looking for the shape? So I want to move this up a little bit actually, and then just play around with this shape. Oh, that's better. That's better. Alright. Like I said, I want to actually edit these parts right here. So I'm going to go ahead and press this. Now, I really want to make this a little more aggressive looking. Just so that we match the shape language of the whole model. I don't know what's going on here. What the hell? Yeah, like I said, ZBRUSH kind of messes up shapes and then triangulizes it. Maybe I can change that, I don't know. I feel like I should probably know how to do that by now, but I guess not. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'll stop recording this and see how that looks. Maybe I like the subtlety of it. Maybe I do. I don't know, so we have aggression here. Sharp edges here, sharp edges here. Do we need sharp edges here? I'm gonna delete this, and I think I do need that, but I'm gonna make it a little bit less. We're gonna go ahead and use the snake hook brush, and then we're gonna go ahead over to brush and curve, and then turn on Acu curve, and go ahead and turn off RGB intensity right here. Make the brush size a little higher. Now we can really have more freedom with this. Maybe something like that. I think I like that. Turn that off, and then we'll just... Yeah, we'll bake that in. Oop. Let's press bake all. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can bake anything without... Oh, there we go. Never mind, we're good. Alright. So, I'm not really worried about how the topology looks here, because we're just gonna end up we're gonna end up doing something with it. We'll mess this in a little bit, but we'll go ahead and edit this shape as well. Maybe a little sharper like that. I'll go ahead and bake this. Go ahead and bake that in. Maybe like that. Be good. Just from looking at the silhouette of it, I really like how the shape looks. It's very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and stop recording this. And then we'll turn it on and off. See if I like how it looks. I really like that. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and press bake all. Right, next step. I think next step really is final touches, final adjustments. I want to see how this will look up here. I end up messing with the shape up here a little bit. I remember when I was modeling, I didn't really like fully how it looked, so I'm sure I can do a little bit different with this. Do we do this? Let's see. Let's turn on. I'm not really sure exactly what I did, so we'll turn it on and off and just see if it looks better. So this is without, and we'll see with. I think I like it more with width. I think we can do a little bit better on just how the shape looks. So we're going to delete that, do it again. And like I said, this is pretty much an uncut video. So if you get bored and click off, you can just go watch a time lapse of someone making something. I don't give a fuck. You can get out of here. I'm just kidding. Alright, we're going to go ahead and edit the shape a little bit again. Like I said, I think I do like it having it up like this. Let's see. I think I'm not happy with that. Let's add a little bit more at the top. A little bit more at the top. There we go. This really reminds me of that classic J-Blade everyone models when they first start out. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. It's pretty much the same shape up here. Let's see. I really like this part right here, how it indents in the sword right here. Love that shit. Alright. From a perspective from up here, I really like how the silhouette of it looks. Just the overall shape of this sword looks really cool. Alright, so now the next thing on the list is to actually fully get this ready now. Oh, what the hell? For sculpting, let's see. Alright, there we go. We can compare now. I'm sure I think I have an extra. I don't. I actually got rid of it. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this ready fully for sculpting. Because you can't sculpt with a low poly mesh, low poly model. So there's a couple ways I'm gonna try doing this. First one is that I'm really just gonna see if Dynamesh works out and looks good with this. It could. It might not. As long as we hold the shape, I'm happy with it, and if not, then we'll have to do some other shit with it. I'll have to do something else. But that's the first step we'll do. And if we need to change the shapes, we'll just go ahead and use our ZBRUSH and just, you know, make it look more organic. But from there, we're gonna go ahead and group split this now. Actually, no, what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate this first. Duplicate this first. We're gonna put in a layer. We're gonna call it backup. We're gonna call that backup, and then we have this shape right here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and turn off backup. Is there anything we gotta do? Nope, that's all we have. So if we hide this, perfect. Perfect. All right, there we go. All right, now what we're gonna go ahead and do is group split this now. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn that little transparency mode off. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and paint this top layer just white so that it looks cleaner when we do this. Alright. So, now let's go ahead. We're gonna Dynamesh this first. I see some weird shapes we have right here. So what we're gonna do real fast, we're gonna press close holes. And then we're gonna do weld points. Actually, we're gonna do weld points first. Close holes. And then we're just going to maybe polish this a little bit, see what that does. Oh yeah, that's just perfect, dude. This looks like a fucking Fall Guys thing. Alright. Alright, we're gonna go ahead now and maybe do like 720. 720 of that. See how that looks. Not bad. Let's see if you held our shapes at least good enough. I think that's usable. We're gonna do polish by feature real quick now and just see if we can use this. I think this is not bad at all. We can definitely use this. We're just gonna have to adjust a couple of things. So we'll do 720 here as well, just because they are both pretty similar in size if you really compare these two. Yeah, so that would be needed. 720. You can go ahead and do that. Alright, there we go. And now what we're gonna go ahead and do is do polish by features. As long as we have our shapes that we can, then that's all we need. If it looks the exact same inside of the silhouette, then we're good. So now we have somewhat of a high poly model to work with. 87K is perfectly fine for the base shapes of everything. So now the next step here is just refining our shapes, because from what it looks like, the Dynamesh did not destroy how it looks. So that's a good sign. Now what we're gonna do, let me open this reference paper right here. I got just a reference right here for the weapon. Obviously I'm making a little bit of my own, just adding a little bit more shape language to it. I just enjoy how it looks. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Where's my pen at? There it is. Alright, so first brush I'm gonna use is H polish, because we need to really harden these shapes. As you can see here, it's gonna go ahead and harden these shapes right here. The key point right here is also to make this area right here. Let's go ahead and use paint real fast so I can show you. What we're doing right here is making sure that this area is very linear, and it's not like this. It's not like how angular that is. We're trying to make it very, very smooth. Same as that right here. We're gonna try to make it very smooth so we can make these shapes read very well. Same as up here. This is the goal right here. So make here flush like this. We have that shape here. It curves down a little bit. Goes into a sharp angle. This is what we're trying to do with this whole shape. Go ahead back to white. And go ahead now and go to H polish. And now we're gonna go ahead and do that. So, another thing to keep in mind is that when we do this, I want to make sure we have an even thickness on this blade right here as well. Alright, zoom out a little bit, fix that shape, and we're gonna keep moving down. So we're gonna go ahead and switch matte caps real fast, material, just so that I can really see how that shape holds. You see right here with this one, it holds very well. Very well, so that's what we're gonna try doing right here. This is completely flat right here. That's completely flat. We're gonna go ahead and isolate this real fast. There we go, that's not bad. It can definitely be fixed. Alright. Looking back at the reference a little bit, I really want to... I want to use move brush as the least I can. I need to. But I might have to a little bit, just for this part right here. Kind of mess it up a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and mask out right here. Just going to mask this out. I'm going to blur it just a little bit so we don't really mess with it, but it still moves the model organically. I just really want to emphasize this crater right here in the model. I'm gonna go ahead and use standard brush. We're gonna make it higher. I'm just gonna do this. Alright, cool. Now we're gonna go ahead and do H polish again. Just right here, rezoom it a little bit. It's gonna paint right there. There we go. Yeah, I really don't like how that looks right there. Alright, so what we're gonna do instead, we're gonna use trim smooth. Oh wait, that's trim smooth border. Now we need trim dynamic. There we go. Alright, now that we have that on both sides, it's looking a lot better. It's looking a lot better. We need to refine these areas as well. I want to emphasize the fact that we have a curve going up here, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I want to make sure this is nice and tight right here as well. What's funny is that I looked at my old video of making that mailbox, and my voice is insanely high. It's actually crazy. It's funny to think about how quick that stuff changes. That's what happens when you hop on TRT, boys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not on any of that shit. Don't worry, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I really don't like how this up here looks. Hopefully this brush up here can save it as much as it can. See if we can save that. Hoping we can. Alright, that's fine. So what we can do here, we're just gonna guide it a little bit. We're gonna guide this brush a little bit. So we're gonna... That should be good. We're gonna use H polish again. And that should be perfectly good now. For the most part. Alright. All we're doing is refining these shapes, so it doesn't have to be perfect at the moment. You know what? Shit. Yeah, we have to fix the inside right here. So it went like this. Went up to here. We're gonna keep doing this. Out. Curved out. Curved out. And we're gonna go maybe like that. The more organic it looks, the better. But we'll have to probably touch this up in a little bit. It should be good for now. We'll just leave it how it is. That's actually not what we're gonna do. I want to add a little more detail into the cutting into here. Yeah, no, we'll leave it how it is for sure. Yeah. Need to make sure that we have this here as well. We got this shape going on here. Alright, I like that. I like how it gradually goes into that shape. Yeah, I know I didn't actually get any footage of how I modeled it, but it should be pretty obvious. I'll as well do some of those little cuts later, but I don't want to get too over ahead of myself. We're gonna go ahead and move it to this shape now as well and touch that up. Same thing, H polish, just to make these shapes really nice and clean. I'm gonna mainly use it right here. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do that right here as well. Really flat, like how it is right here. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to make this look as believable as I can. Just add some shape to this just to make it look a little more metal. Or whatever it's made out of, I don't know yet. We'll just have to see what happens. I'm assuming it's metal though, or like stone or something. Yeah, I don't know. I remember making that mailbox video. Oh shit. It's crazy. I'm definitely gonna pick it up a little bit more on here. I just yap a lot, so I think that'd be perfect for this. Alright, inflate. I think we can use a little bit of an inflate right here. Just a little bit, really make the intensity probably to 5. Maybe that's good enough. Add a little bit more out of there. Alright, there we go. That should be good. Should be good. Alright, that's how our shape's looking so far. I'll see how it looks on different materials just to really understand what I'm looking at. Really smooth it out. I want this to be very organic looking shape right here. We'll do something right here. I want to emphasize this. There we go. Alright. So, the main thing I want to make sure is this looks like ass. So that's got to be fixed, like right now. All right, we'll do this right here, and I think I'm gonna move it up a little bit. We're just gonna play with this until I get a shape I like. So probably something like this. Oh yeah, that looks great. All right, no, for real. A little bit higher, definitely a little bit higher. I mean, sure, we're gonna have to work with it. Let's leave it how it is. Leave it how it is. Add a little bit of contrast to it. See how that goes. Yeah, I like that a lot. I really like shapes like this. Alright. And now that we have really the base of how this looks. Oh, that's gravity. I need to add some more. Now we need to add wraps. A lot of people don't understand a good method to do it, so I'm going to show you real quick. Very simple way. I'm gonna just say this now. It is by using a paid add-on called Extract Pro Plus. But I'm pretty sure you can get it for free somewhere. I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe you can try that somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna try getting this as close to the reference as I can. But, yeah, no promises there. Alright. So, we have something going on. Turn that off. Something going on like that. Down like that. Sharpen a little bit. Let's see how that looks. We can do that. We can do that. Alright, I'm gonna go all the way to 0.1 and just keep it how it is. We're gonna keep it how it is. And we're gonna move on to the next one. Next fold is something along the lines of that as well, but it actually goes down a little bit further. You can do that. That'll do. And of course, you're gonna have to edit some things like this, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go to move topology, and we're actually gonna move it underneath, and you'll see why in a little bit. Actually, you know what? We're not even gonna touch it. Not even gonna touch it. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to the next wrap, which goes directly underneath this. So I'm assuming it wraps just like that. That looks horrible, dude. Damn. Alright. So I'm assuming we can go like that. That's what we'll go with. That's nice. I like that rather. Oh shit. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this, because I accidentally forgot to remove the mask here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. It's a pretty thin wrap for here, so we're gonna do pretty thin, up, down, down again. You know what, we can work with this. You know what, we can just do this, because I really liked how this looked. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. And I'm gonna go and just add shape to this. Yeah, that's perfectly good, brother. Extract it. We're gonna go ahead and now ZBRUSH it. That will end up being underneath. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it how it is. And we have another one as well going pretty much similar to that. Let's see how that goes. Gotta clear the mask. There we go. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I'm not even pressing the right button, dude. Alright, now from here it's pretty straightforward. We're just going to down. We're just gonna do that. Extract. And we have another one exactly like that. You go down again. What's fun about this is that we can have these shapes, but also edit them later. So All we need is just to see the wraps. I'm just gonna go ahead and go against the reference a little bit. We're gonna add one like that. Looks better like that. Alright, well, now we'll do that more right here. It's good right there. Then we'll have another one going diagonal like that, and then we'll have another one going like that. And we'll do something creative here where we have a wrap doing something like that. Yeah. Alright, so that's the base of what we have going on here. That's the base of this. We're gonna go ahead and turn off all of that right there. And turn this on. I just want to see how the shape looks. Actually, we'll keep that on. Makes it way better. Alright. So I'm not gonna be texturing this in this video. It's just gonna be the sculpting process. But that's how it looks. It's not bad. It looks pretty good inside of the little thumbnail right here. I like how it looks. Now all that's left is... well, I guess you'll see. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and inflate this down a little bit. There we go, that's good. And then we're going to go to... you know, you could easily do two ways. You can use ZModeler. You can go to ZModeler, extract that. We can go to extrude, polygroup all, and do this. And then just subdivide it, which is a valid way. You really could do that. But we're going to do something different this time. And we're going to be smarter with it. And we're going to go to geometry. And then we're going to go to, what's it called? Dynamic subdiv. We're going to turn that on. Then we're going to go ahead and turn on thickness. There we go. And we're going to go see, what can we do with smoothness right here? What does that do? Thickness. We got thickness right there, but I really want to see what we can do about... I want to edit this part right here. How can we do that? How can we remove these creases? There we go. Alright, that's way better. Alright. We're just gonna go ahead and go to 0.1. Maybe that's better, and we just decrease the thickness by 0.001, 0.005, 0.003. That's what we'll do. 0.003 looks good to me. Here we go. And we'll just quickly edit this a little bit, edit the shape. Edit how we do this. So we can go to the standard brush. Now, wherever I lost it at. There it is. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and apply this. And we're going to just add something, add a little border on the shape of this. Just something that's pretty random, really. Because this is an old sword, so it's not going to be very good. We can also use the opposite. You know, we can take away from this shape as well. But overall, I want to add a little bit on the bottom right here. Just like that. Ooh. Alright, what's next? Now what we do is we make our grow brush, our move brush very small. And we just add little things like this. Be random. It doesn't have to be random. It can be whatever and however you want it to be. Alright, something like that. Alright. And that should be good for the first one. We're gonna obviously add a little bit more shape to it. We're gonna subdivide it again. And just add and should we have tension here? Since it's that's where we'll have all these coming from. And since this is a sharp point as well, we'll add something going on here. You know, I don't really know how this is going to turn out. I don't know if it really works for this. There's definitely a lot more you can do, but we'll just keep it simple for this. So we'll go ahead and do that with everything else and then add touch-ups if we need to. I can definitely show a better example of how this would turn out with a different model. But real quick, we're going to do this. Real fast, actually, what I want to do. We're going, instead of making this grayscale, we're going to go ahead and match the color of the reference. That's better. And then we'll go ahead and do something brighter on this. Almost done with that. That's a good base shape, I guess. Let's go ahead and do that with everything else. I'm gonna be honest, it's way easier to just do this. It's way quicker. Just go ahead and poly group all. Where is that? Way better to just do this and then subdivide it. Saves a lot more time, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that instead. I'm not really making a lot of big changes. I'm gonna go ahead and inflate that down to real quick. Just there we go. Go ahead and inflate that as well. All right. Oh, what the hell? Okay. You can just skip ahead for this. It's kind of boring. Alright, there we go. Now we'll go ahead and do that with everything else. Okay. Just take note again. This is most likely. This is barely a base sculpt. There's a lot more to be done, most likely. But we're gonna go ahead and mess around with this. And yeah, I'm texting someone real quick though. You can skip ahead like a minute or so. All right, just sit. You know, very simple process. Grabbing standard brush, and just we're gonna subdivide out a couple more times. There we go. We're just adding a little bit more shape to it, so it's not so obvious that we extracted it from a mask. And add a little overlap there. That's pretty friggin' nice, man. Nah, on a serious note though, it is a very nice thing to do. Alright, let's see. Take that off. Just so we can see a little more of the shape. I'm gonna add this back into here. Actually, I really don't like using this, I'll be honest. We're gonna go ahead and do... there's one that I really like using. Where is it? There we go. And we're gonna turn off all of these colors real quick, just so that while I'm making this, everything looks a lot better while I'm making this now. Cool. Alright, so now next thing we're gonna do real quick, just for me, we're gonna change that little intensity on the ambient occlusion real quick. Make that a little higher. There we go. Better. So that's how our shape's looking so far. I didn't really like how it looked colored, so we're just gonna keep it like this most likely for now until we do a render, but more of this. Right, now we're gonna go ahead and use the move brush again and just... oh, it's dying. Oh, there we go. We're just gonna do the same thing we did here. Just move into shape. It really does not matter what you do, as long as it looks cool, to be honest, so... just do that. That's really nice. And then what we do is we subdivide it a little higher, delete lower, subdivide it higher. A lot higher than that, what? What is going on with this? What am I pressing right now that's making this weird? Let's see. Bit of geometry, I wonder if we have anything on. Nothing on. Okay. Wonder if it happens with this too. Ah, we're good. Yeah, as you can see, it's a really nice method for wraps. It looks really good. Very nice. We'll zoom out a little bit. Just do a quick little look of how we got what we got going on. Yeah, very nice way to make folds. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I don't really know what's going on here. I wonder if I press something stupid. is a ZBRUSH, a 3D mesh subdivision history may be partially modified. But why? What am I even touching right now? Let's press fix mesh. Probably something to do with that. Fix mesh. There we go. Did I just duplicate it? I wonder if I just did that. Nope. Alright, whatever. That should be fine. We'll just run a little contrast on that real quick. I'm trying to subdivide it higher, but it's not looking good. But it's all good. So, we're gonna go ahead and now and do this brush right here and just add to the shape. Add to the shape. Add sharpness. I don't really know much about anatomy for cloth, so you don't have to do anything like crazy. The only goal here is to make it look cool. To be fair, so. Do fun stuff like that too. I'm gonna do it on this side as well. Alright. Oh, but it looks so good. Alright, we're gonna do... There we go. I actually need a little bit more down here like that. Yep, there we go. How that looks. It's nice. Go ahead and do that with everything else as well. I've said that probably like 20 times, but it's really hard not to. And then for the rest of this is mainly going to be the thing that takes the longest. The rest really is just adding small details, adding cracks, adding, you know, battle damage. Things like that. Alright. Again, just go ahead and do this again. Repeat. If I were you, I would honestly skip this ahead. I would just skip ahead of this part. It's just taking a long time. You don't want to wait. All good. Alright, then again, real fast. Grab your move brush. And then just throw the shape around entirely. We're trying to create a mess. That's all we're doing. Now, obviously, you don't want to do this, but I'm sure you can make that work at some point if you did it. But go ahead and do this now. Just some quick, fun little things right here. I don't like that. Alright. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Real quick, we're just gonna go ahead and we'll do a little more to this instead, just so that I got something to do and not get bored. And what we'll do the exact same brush for our little cracks that we put in here. Let them make it look believable and sharp. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Add our big cuts to it. Big shapes. Alright, so far it's looking good. I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. Get a little quick another render real fast, just to preview this. Realistically, I'm not trying to make the most perfect cracks, the most perfect damages. I'm just trying to make it look nice and make it look cool and used. I really want to see something like that here. Nice. We'll add another one right here. Go ahead and use H polish on this. Yeah. This is where we can really make a concept of our own. You know, you don't need to follow it exactly. You just need to get the right shape you want, and then you can just go crazy on it. Alright, we're gonna do that some of that right here. We have a really good base of shapes right here we can do. I'm just gonna use what I have. but it's adding cool shapes, cool destroyed stone looking shapes. Just something that would make you look at it and be like, yeah, this has been sitting on a skeleton for 1,000 years. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah. I'll try my best to get all this done in one video. If not, we'll do part 2. But we'll see. We'll see. I really want to see something like this here. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, we'll keep adding that. Just adding a little bit of deformities, you know, adding cool shapes to this. Stuff that's very noticeable on the when you get like reflectiveness into it and you add roughness and stuff. This is where you really want to make these small details very pop. Not very pop. Pop very well. When you want to make these things, you know, work really well with the model. You can just kind of freehand it. I'm gonna go ahead and use trim border smooth. I'm gonna trim right here. Okay, that'll be alright right there. Something nice, as you can see here, we have some really cool looking shapes inside of this. I really like how this turned out. I really like how this is. If you see right here, how that shape turns, very satisfying. Let's turn BPR back on. Yeah, when this is done, it's gonna look very nice. Yeah, I like that. We're gonna go ahead and do some more little detailing on this, and then we'll get back to doing the wraps in a little bit. I'm really trying to go for like a Diablo kind of look. I really love how their style is. But not fully Diablo, just like very nice. I don't know. Nice shapes. That's what we're trying to do. You know what? That might just work. That might work rather. We'll add a little. Maybe we keep that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's unnecessary, so we don't need that. Alright, everything's gone. Cool. I kind of want to add this, keep this back. I want to keep it on here. Zoom out a little bit. Maybe we keep that, but lower that to 3. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. And then we'll just add a little bit more detail to that part. Alright, let's see. Let's see, what can I yap about right now? Nothing really. I'm just adding metal stuff right here, just making the shape look more natural, more less like a cube just got spawned in this shit. We're adding big changes to this right now. Big shapes. Ah, too big really. I was excited to do this too, like right here. Do like these kinds of shapes. See, does that look good? It looks alright. It looks alright. You know, not everything you make is gonna be like perfect or the best you've ever done. That's just a reality of sometimes, but as long as you have fun with it, we're chilling. We are chilling, let's see. Alright, so I think now we're gonna go ahead and... We're gonna do this down here. We'll do more of the handle. I don't think I've even touched the bottom part. That's what I meant, the bottom part, not the handle. Alright, let's make that a little smaller. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Really, the shape doesn't really matter too much as long as we see the silhouette. So I'm just kind of adding really just whatever my hand wants to do. Ah, that's weird. Should be fine though. Yeah, I really don't care about that. Alright, that's not really an important part. The main thing is getting these done. Oh. Okay. They're fun, but they're boring as hell to do. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I got more to do right here. Alright. We'll just go ahead. Yeah, nah, fuck it. We'll just we'll do these. We'll do all of these. Standard brush, you know how it is. Bro. Standard brush, add stuff on the side, on the outside. Make it look less like an extraction. Damn, bro, this looks cool as fuck. Yo. Yeah, I like this. We're gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna make that a little darker. Too dark. It's alright. Alright. So move brush now. Same thing. Add mess with the shapes. That's good. We'll do that. And what I'm gonna do first now is I'm gonna do a little bit of inflation right here. Inflate these areas a little bit. Alright. Oh, there we go. That's good enough. Okay. Let's finish this up. We're just gonna quickly go through this whole thing real fast and add the base silhouette of it, and then we'll call it good for now for the video. Not yet. I'm just gonna finish these shapes first, and then that'll be it. Alright, so those are basically our base shapes for how this should look. There we go. I'm gonna screenshot this real fast. Right, and now what we're gonna do real fast is, like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna show an example. ZBRUSH underscore sword underscore sculpt. I'm gonna say that real quick. Like I said, I was gonna show another example of how I went about making wraps. So we're gonna go ahead and open up this right here. Alright. So this is another example. It's basically the exact same thing I did. We have our base model in Blender. We extract, move it around, use standard brush. Use our move brush. Then the last thing is really just adding onto the shape. Adding more into the shape. Using standard brush, using those three brushes. Standard, sometimes inflate, and the geo brush. And the move brush. But yeah, that's basically it. That's all you really need to do. I think I've done a few other examples. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. Maybe on this little character. Yeah, okay. So on this character I'm making right now as well. I'm here too. It's not even done yet. I really need to finish that. But yeah, that's all I have right there. Let's see. Is there anything else I have wraps wise that I could show? Yeah, I do. So for this R-long right here, I made right here as well. I did the same method for these. Same method for whatever the hell that is. I think for the hair as well, I just moved it around. Yeah, that's a method you can do. It's really good. What is this? Maybe there's something on here I can show too. Nope. Alright. In that case then. Go ahead and quick save real fast. Load tool. There we go. FG green metal. And that's our sword. You know, very simple sculpt, very simple shapes. And this would do very well for, you know, a basic sword that you would use in a game. All right. Peace.